What y'all doing? Girl. So I'm over here minding my business. I was actually online looking for somewhere to go this weekend. I got a little small credit with Delta that I was like, I'm gonna use this little credit this weekend, go somewhere Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. So I'm online looking and searching to try to find something within my price range. The only thing I really found was Atlanta, and I don't feel like dealing with Atlanta. I just don't. I don't. Everything else was kind of too far out there, but I was like, I don't feel like dealing with Atlanta. Um, so I'm over here, searching. I started getting frustrated, so I was like, well, girl, let me just go wash my tail, then come out and then watch a little TV. I end up hopping on IG. Now, girl, when I tell y'all, Onika and Alyssa are online dragging each other, girl, I still ain't washed my tail because I was too busy trying to come down here and talk to y'all. So I said, let me go fix me a cup of ice water. So I would have fixed me a cup of ice water. I ain't even made no cocktail because I don't feel like drinking. I made me a cup of ice water. And I said, we gonna come down here and we gonna kiki and laugh. I want to give a shout out to the neighborhood talk and to the shade room for keeping up with the mess. The only thing that I knew, and I saw this before I went out for dinner, and I saw Nicki was, I guess, a little bit bothered by the Grammys. So I knew that was going on. But girl, when I logged back on, I said, girl, how did we go from girl, Nicki making a little video about the Grammys to a full on drag out war between Alyssa and Onika? Listen, I'm gonna read some of this. Nicki Minaj's Super Freaky Girl is spending its eighth week on top of Billboard's Hot Rap Songs chart, but at the Grammys, the song will compete in the pop category. Minaj originally submitted the track, which debuted at number one on Billboard's Hot 100 chart in August, to the rap categories at the Grammys, but the decision was overturned by the Recording Academy's Rap Committee, according to a source. That group determined that Minaj's playful and pop-sounding song sampling Rick James' 1981 classic "Super Freak" should compete for Best Pop Solo Performance instead of Rap Awards. Nicki Minaj criticized the decision on social media Thursday in an Instagram video post and a series of tweets. They stay moving the goalpost when it comes to me, Minaj said on IG about the Academy. Why is the goalpost only ever moved when it's Nicki? Minaj also said, if Super Freaky Girl must compete in pop, so should Latto's Big Energy, which is pop leaning and samples Tom Tom Club's 1981 song Genius of Love, famously sampled by Mariah Carey for the number one hit Fantasy, okay? I have no problem being moved out of the rap category as long as we all are being treated fairly, she tweeted. If SFG has to be moved out of rap, then so does Big Energy. And anyone who says differently, and anyone who says diff is simply a Nicki hater or a troll. Lotto's Big Energy spent 2 weeks on at number one on Billboard's rap chart and peaked number 3 on the all genre Hot 100 chart. At the Grammys, Big Energy will compete for rap Grammys, not pop. A representative for the Recording Academy did not reply to an email seeking comment. And then the Grammys, come on, girl. The nominees for the 2023 Grammys will be announced November 15th. The live telecast will air on February the 5th, 2023. Voting on the first round of nominees begins Thursday and ends on October the 23rd. I'm not reading all of this, girl. So y'all get basically. So for the people who, girl, I guess for the people in the back, girl, Nicki got online. I knew that much. Nicki got online, was not satisfied with her song being moved. She called out Lotto, and the rest is history. I mean, if we're being honest, and let me just say something, and I have said this 15,000 times, I'm saying I don't keep up with the rap girls. I don't keep up with the rap girls. You know, I'm a Anita Baker type of girl. I'm Anita, Tony, Whitney, Mariah, Celine, you know, Carrie Underwood. You know what I'm saying? That's my team. Okay. The Beyonces, the Don Rashards, who else? Who else? Who else? The Deborah Cox, you know, the Tamias, the Brandys, the Monicas. That's my lane. I don't know. I don't keep it with the rap girls or the rap boys like that, okay? Unless a mess is popping off like today. So I ain't got no dog in this fight. But I have to say, if we're being honest, um, I mean, I agree with Nicki. If you're going to move her song to pop, then I guess it would only be fair if you move Lotto's song to pop. Um, I don't see what the big deal is. Even with Nicki's song being moved to pop and not remaining in the rap category, I don't understand what the big deal is. I guess is she upset? Some of you can explain this to me. Is she upset because she feels as though she has less of a chance to win a Grammy if her song is moved to pop, and her chances at winning a Grammy would be higher if she stayed in the rap category? Is that what it is? But I will say that the songs, like I just said, girl, if you're gonna move Nicki's song to pop, then it would only be fair to move Lotto's. I wouldn't be upset if I mean, cause from what I understand, girl, black people we started it all. So girl, you could throw me in a category. Okay, because girl, it all came from us anyway. Squad is just kept popular music, girl, country, girl, house, rap, hip hop, whatever, R&B, girl, all of it, girl, girl, it come from us, girl. Um, so girl, I get online, right? Girl, let me take a sip of water. But I told y'all I was talking to my grandmama about a month or two ago, and we was talking about how ain't nothing like a good cup of ice water. We call it ice water. Ain't nothing like a good cup of ice water. Go get you some ice. The girls who drink room temperature water, I feel like girl, I don't. Girl, where I'm from, we drink ice water. Okay. Oh God is good. Oh God is good. I almost got up and started praising God over some ice water. Y'all don't even understand. All right, so listen, let's get into these tweets. Girl, let me see how something. When I tell y'all, I ain't never sat over here and gagged and giggled so much in my life. Y'all know who I miss. Y'all know who I miss. I miss Auntie. I miss Auntie Wendy. Because y'all know Hot Topics would have been a mess tomorrow. Because one thing about it, two things for sure. I will say, Wendy, she was going to have her neck. Girl, when it came to Nicki and that husband, Wendy was going to have her neck, was going to have her foot on Nicki's and that man's neck. So I would just love to hear what she had to say about this tomorrow. But girl, Auntie trying to get her life together. Shout out to Auntie Wendy. Girl, this is not in any particular order. I'm just going to read it from how the Shade Room posted it. Hold up. I don't even know where to start at. I know that Lotto has started off by saying basically she couldn't even really take in the fact that I think she got nominated for an AMA award, I believe. We're just gonna read some of these tweets. This Karen has probably mentioned my name in over 100 interviews. Says she waited in line for Pink Friday with her Barbie chain on, bangs, pink hair, but today scratch off. Ah, bitch! Let me tell you something. I was like, girl, it took me a while I was like, who is Scratch Off and where is Scratch Off coming from? Scratch Off decides to be silent rather than speak up for the black women she calls her biggest inspiration. Listen, I have said this, and y'all know, for the people who have been following me for a minute, they know I have said this, and this is, again, I don't have a dog in this fight. When it comes to Cardi B, Nicki, girl, Lotto, Glow, Gorilla, I don't care. I have said that I felt as though sometimes the respect that other people have received, Nicki doesn't receive that same respect. Like the way that some of the girls come in and go for Nicki, like, girl, people would have a fit if people came in and did that to Beyonce. But then some people would argue, girl, Beyonce don't cut up online like Nicki cut up online either. So that will be somebody's argument, right? But I've always said that. Do I believe that girl? See, this is the thing, right? We're gonna keep reading because where Nicki kind of, well, I felt like Nicki was being shady and not being honest because basically, from when Lotto came out and said, "Girl, they had some words back and forth." I guess via their DMs. So she took it as though Nicki was being shady by even bringing her name into the situation based off of how the last conversation they had ended. Like, girl, you know we really don't mess with each other like that. Or the last conversation we had didn't end on the best of terms. So why are you even throwing my name out there, knowing that, girl, when you throw my name out there, girl, kind of like, girl. Girl, don't come. What they say, don't call. What can you say? What she say? Don't call unless I send for you. You know she say, girl. So it's kind of like she was sending for Lotto. So in that aspect, I completely understand why Lotto felt some type of way about Nicki mentioning her name, especially if the conversation they had via DMs didn't go that well, or not necessarily like, girl, when we see each other, we gon' girl, we gon' get the windmilling. But girl, hey girl, and you keep on pushing it, girl. We not cool like that. So don't mention my name, basically. You know what I also feel too about Nicki Minaj? I feel like Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj, that she feels as though everybody has to stick up for her. Like the way the girls are acting the other day, like JT, Akbar V, it's like, girl, I don't know, girl. I don't know, girl. Okay, let's move on. First of all, this is what Lotto responded. Said, first of all, I text you because I didn't want to do the internet-ish with someone I looked up to. Just like the first time I DM'd you asking about your ongoing sub tweets. I wanted to speak to you because, like I said, I do agree, but the way you going about it seems malicious, especially after how we left off. Okay, I just said that. So basically what I just said. Y'all ain't slow. Okay. So Nicki had sent out a tweet on October the 2nd, this year. And she said, unfollowed, Barbs. I just said, stop putting that dud on my timeline. I know you're defending me, but leave the dud on TikTok. Let me think. And so Lotto basically was questioning that tweet. The most recent subtweet in question, but I'm finna start from the beginning. Hashtag 40-year-old bully. And then Nicki responded and said, it was an actual person on TikTok, a creator. not even an artist. I'm sure the Barbs have receipts. It goes to show she made up these subtweets in her head simply because she sent me 2 songs I declined to do features on. They all do this. See next tweet. Then girl. Oh, back to when she called it. Girl, back to when she called that girl scratch off. Girl, it took me a while to. I was like, why is she calling her scratch off? I was like, why is she calling her scratch off? Because she called her scratch off like 2 or 3 times. Ah! Girl, she calling her scratch off because her name is Lotto, like lottery, like Lotto lottery tickets. So she was calling her scratch off. But I tell y'all, when I finally caught on to what Nicki was saying, when I tell you, I ain't never sat over here and laughed so loud and hard in my life. I said, this girl done called this girl scratch off. Yeah, she meant it too, because she said it about 2 or 3 times. So Nicki replied, age. I feel like Nicki was low. I'm just going to go ahead and say, I feel like Nicki was low key eating up. Like I felt like Cardi. Who did I say? Like I said, Cardi was low key eating up Akbar V. I feel like Nicki was low key eating up Lotto. I do. I do. I gave that one to Cardi. Girl, I'm gonna give this one to Nicki. Okay. Age shaming when you look like you the one pushing 40. Age shaming, but was begging for a feature. Imagine what them jeans gonna do in 10 years. Oh, so you in your 20s? Oh, okay then. At least it matched your album sales. You sold 20K, right? Mad you flop. That's why you really mad. Girl, they say Lotto was 23. Now I'm gonna say this much. I didn't think Lotto was that young. I didn't think she was. I'm not gonna say I thought she was 40, but I didn't think she was 23. I thought Lotto was every bit of 30. Um, who want to hear the reference tracks of Scratch Off ghostwriters rapping her bars? She used. She called this girl Scratch Off. She, she called that girl Scratch Off. Oh, she used me in the barbs in every interview until that album sold double. I don't know nothing about that girl album sales. I don't know if she really. I don't know, girl. 20,000 copies is good, girl. I would be happy if I sold 20,000 copies. Okay. Um, she used me in the barbs in every interview until that album sold double wood. Now she wiping that spray tan off and being a Karen. They black when it's beneficial, child. um, Girl, hold up. Now pay attention. Every DM from Scratch Off is about a feature. I was kind every time, but Scratch Off feels like she has pulled behind the scenes. But Scratch Off feels she has pulled behind the scenes with a few different white men. Won't name right now. Now look at my next text to see the next message he sent me after I declined 3 times, basically. This Big Lotto responds and says, this lady is so meticulous with her shade, so she can twist it later and act like it wasn't about you. Stand on that ish. I literally named you as a dream collab multiple times in multiple interviews. You still never answered my question about where the random shade started coming from. Girl, it's a lot, girl. I'm just reading y'all the most important, the important parts, girl. I'm sure there'll be other YouTubers who will like go scene by scene, tweet by tweet, girl. Um, Girl. Big Lotto said, been subbing. Suki, a super freaky grandma is married and related to effing the R word. R-A. You ain't gonna bully me. My idol turned rival. Now you hating. I'll die on this hill by myself. Everybody ain't lying. We see the pattern. BFFR. Hold up. And then Nicki came back. That's why I said, girl, I try to be fair in what I say. Nicki said, didn't care about the R word when she was begging for features. Didn't care about Kodak's past. Didn't care about the accusations made about Dr. Luke, who produced Big Energy. Newsflash scratch off. I've never R'd anyone. I've inspired millions. You're one of them, bozo. So what Nicki is basically saying, and it makes sense to me if it because the math is math in my head from what Nicki is saying. Nicki is saying, girl, you want to start throwing in my face about basically my husband, right? That's basically what Latto was doing. But girl, you wasn't caring about none of that when you was begging. Now you basically saying I'm sleeping with a R word, but you didn't care about none of that when you was begging me to be on some of your songs, right? You didn't care about none of that about Kodak's past. You didn't care about Dr. because you remember it was allegedly, I think that was that Dr. Luke who Kesha, what's her name, Kesha? You remember it's going down, it's going to burn. The one she had the song with Pitbull or somebody. Remember, y'all remember Kesha? I think that she said that he had allegedly R'd her. I think that's who it was. If I'm not, I don't want to get myself in trouble, girl. So I get what Nicki is saying. Like, and girl, then somebody came out and said, and girl, this is the gag for me. I'm saying this was a gag for me. Girl, the one thing about the barbers, they're gonna do their homework for free. Somebody put, your father is in his 60s. Your mother is 39. Meaning when your father had you, he was roughly in his late 30s. Your mother was 16 or 17. You know what that means, right? At Latto. And let me tell y'all something. If that is true, what it sounds like to me is some statutory so quite frankly, if we really want to be honest, girl, Latto and Nicki both need to hush. If we being honest, Latto and Nicki both need to hush. Because it sounds like the men in y'all life, one already served his time, I guess. But it sounds like Latto, your daddy, need to serve a little time. Because the math ain't mathing to me. Because if your daddy is in his 60s and your mama is 39 and you're 23, girl. So like I don't think that's a door that you probably should have opened. Even though it's not Latto's fault of what her daddy did, or took advantage of the mama or whatever. That's not Latto's fault. But what I am saying is, girl, you might not want to be out here talking about other people's husbands, right? When your daddy sound like he ain't no better. Nicki says, scratch off. Get your dumb ass to the mic right now. Explain this ish. Since you just became a R-word activist in the last 5 minutes, ho. You better have a good explanation for this shit right the fuck now. This better be a typo. That's what I'm saying. Lotto shouldn't have brought nothing up about Nicki's situation, especially when your daddy. Because somebody could say that Lotto's daddy ain't got nothing to do with her, and what Nicki husband did, he served his time, ain't got nothing to do with Nicki. Girl, low key disagree because I believe you all who you sleep with. That's just where I'm at on just a lot of shit now, girl. I don't know, child. This is a mess. This is a mess. When I tell you, baby, I'm gonna tell you how nosy I am. I'm so nosy. I'm so nosy that, girl, once I realized what was going on, I was going back and forth between the neighborhood talk and the shade room, girl, just refreshing my screen. Cause I was not gonna miss this mess. Ooh, okay, never mind. I was not gonna miss this mess. I sure wasn't. Not today. Okay. Girl. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all girls later. Bye.